Quick update for you. Doesn't look like they're going to sign the fight, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. All because Eddie Hearn and that want more money. They've already had that much money off of Turkey in the last few years, Eddie and AJ, yeah? They've had boxing deals, they've had darts deals, they've had snooker deals, they've had everything, yeah? And yet, they've got the audacity and cheek of flea-bitten rats to ask for more money from old Turkey. That's give yous. Everything combined is had combined in the last couple of years. I tell you what, it's disgusting, money thirsty pieces of shit. It is what it is. Same old cliche a decade later. Keep running, you little cowards.
Wow, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Y'all just heard what Tyson Fury had to say, right? In reaction to the breaking news that we heard yesterday. Eddie Hearn sending an addendum to TELHE. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, Anthony Joshua and his attorney asking for more money, asking for more requests when it comes to the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Boxing Scene released a statement. They said that they received an email from an outside source, the rivals of Eddie Hearn. And on this email, it said the list of demands that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua's team are asking for in order for this fight to take place in New York City at the Madison Square Garden Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big issue here, as Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are not looking to come to the U.S. unless they get paid more money. But Eddie Hearn, which I'm about to show you guys a clip right now, shout out to IFL TV. All video credit goes to IFL TV, great reporter. Eddie Hearn has responded himself to the breaking news from Boxing Scene, the list of demands that consist of not only Zuffa Boxing not promoting the fight, them wanting more money now, because they said in the UK they were going to get paid more money than having the fight in the US, as in if they have the fight in the US, they are going to get absolutely taxed, which lowers the amount of money that they're making. They said they want, addressing ticket requests, security and transportation assurances, and also matchroom purse earnings for the Joshua fight with Prenga to be paid. Ladies and gentlemen, it was also reported 3 fights that Matchroom Boxing were looking to propose to put on the undercard of Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. And another list of demands, ladies and gentlemen, first reported to be all together in this addendum. Matchroom asks TELHE for all money payable to Matchroom across all future darts and snooker events to be paid for immediately. International promotional fees plus deposits for World Series of Darts and 167 Riot season events. Former confirmation that the Ronnie O'Sullivan Academy license be renewed for a 3rd year and those future invoices be paid now. Pay all funds owed to Matchroom for prior boxing events. All those list of demands. Plus getting more money, asking Circular Sheik for more money. Well, Eddie Hearn has come out and explained that that list of demands is false. The first 3 things that I told you, Zuffa Boxing not promoting the fight, them wanting to have more money now, get paid more money because the fight is initially supposed to take place in the UK. Eddie Hearn claims that Turkey and all these guys signed for the fight to be in the UK, and now you guys are changing it to the US, which changes the amount of money that we're actually making. And also addressing ticket requests, security, transportation assurances, matchroom purse earnings for Joshua fight with Prenga. Those were all in the addendum. But Eddie Hearn claims that the other list of demands that have to do with the snooker and the Gary O'Sullivan Academy and the World Championship dart money, that is not included in the addendum. But that was talked about in a conversation, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of weeks prior. So I seen, it was Rick Glazer and it was Boxing Scene that reported on this, the whole list of demands. But Boxing Scene had included that wasn't involved in the addendum. But it was still talked about prior to these new requests. So that's why you got Rick Glazer and these guys going absolutely off. Because yes, even though it wasn't included in the addendum, there's still a list of requests, demands that Eddie Hearn is asking for a whole different scenario. Listen to what Eddie Hearn has to say here, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'll go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on this whole situation. Check it out.
Yes, Lance called me.
Okay.
Respect to him.
Yeah.
He called me and he said, I'm in receipt of an email that's basically been given to him to write a story on.
By who though?
Which by
all right, okay.
let's just say some of my competitors,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And basically what that is an email following a meeting of all outstanding points between seller and Matchroom.
Okay.
Right? I'm not going to go into just yet.
Yeah.
The real issues behind those, but let's just park that there.
Yeah.
None of these. So there has since been an addendum sent to the Saudis seller.
Yeah.
Right. To basically say, if you want to do this fight in America, these are all the things we would like to clarify and clear up. Right. Not one of the points raised by, and to be fair, I don't blame Lance Pugmire, because if you read his story, he says none of these points are connected to the addendum. Just for people that don't understand, the addendum are the changes to be made to the contract to basically change what they want to do. Right. None of those points are in the addendum. So Lance was like, really? Well, these people said they are. I said, well, no fucking shit, Lance, because these people are trying to spin a story because anyway. So I confirmed to him that absolutely not one of those points are in the addendum.
Wow. You heard the man, right? Eddie Hearn is claiming that these demands are not included in the addendum, but then goes on and brings up that those were different talks that they had with Sella a few weeks ago. Those demands were different to the addendum request, but all of them all together, it's all one big old request. If you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua want more money to put on this event, which at the end of the day, they're obliged to. If they did sign to fight in the UK, but they are absolutely changing everything, which changes the pay due to taxes. Bruh, taxes here in the United States is absolutely ridiculous. I live in Cali, bro. It is absolutely insane. If they initially signed a contract that states that the fight should be in the UK, then Eddie Hearn and his team have a point here. I myself feel like this fight should be taking place in the UK. But Tyson Fury also has a point. The amount of money that Turki Al-Sheikh has been passing out to everybody, the amount of money that's being invested in everything, a bunch of different fights, all the money that's being paid to Matchroom Boxing, all this. And y'all still have the audacity to ask for even more. So that being said, Eddie Hearn is not in the wrong here, but he's trying his hardest to get this fight to fall under his agreements. Zuffa not to be involved. More money. Anthony Joshua to be paid for Prenga events. Assuring, security, all the ticket sales, everything that goes into that. Eddie Hearn wants to change it. And Tyson Fury and Turki Al-Sheikh and these guys are like, bro, this fight not might happen now. We already paying you guys tons of money. You already said months ago in interviews, Eddie Hearn, that wherever this fight is going to take place, it's up to Turki Al-Sheikh. He's the one who's putting the money on the table. But then you ended up coming back a couple weeks later and saying, oh, well, guess what? It's in the contract. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a bunch of wrongdoing here when it comes to this whole situation. And as of right now, it's not looking good, bro. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, the fight might actually not happen now because both teams just can't come to an agreement. It's absolutely breaking news. I can't believe this, man. This just turned into a whole goddamn mess. Let's see how this all ends up playing out. But as of right now, no announcement, ladies and gentlemen. The addendum, Eddie Hearn has made a statement in regards to the facts when it comes to this addendum. I want y'all to let me know in the comments whose side you guys are on. I'm out.